Alright, the time has come. We are going to be talking about my time with all of my No Pan Left Behind / monthly makeup challenge / palettes I've picked for the month of January. How did this experience go? Did I use all the shades and all the palettes? What looks did I create? Any and all sort of things to talk about? We'll definitely talk about this video. Alright, so I just wanted to preface by saying, if you're not familiar with what this challenge, what this whole idea is about, No Pan Left Behind is basically using all of the shades within a given palette. My monthly palette challenges is basically use a set of palettes that's usually like 5 every single month, with one being like my official, unofficial Pan That palette. It's just my palette that I want to focus using more because it's been neglected for years, and I was like, you know what, it needs to get used, so there's that constant. And then I just wanted to kind of make sure all of my palettes in my collection have been touched, have been used, have been played with, and not have been neglected as a whole. So that has been my rules, or the way that I've been doing this entire month of January. I introduced this in December, so if you want to watch the intro, I will link it down below. And then towards the end of this video, I will introduce y'all to February's palettes. With all of that prefaced, the first palette I pulled in was the Wet n Wild Color Icon Lights Off palette. Now again, my last time saying this, that I will ever bring this up because it is annoying at this point. I'm tired of saying it, you're tired of hearing it, we can agree. This palette has been in and out of my collection, I think the most out of all of the ones that I own. For whatever reason. I don't know why, it just has. But I'm actually keeping this palette. It is actually staying. I really enjoyed it. It actually serves a purpose because this whole bottom row right here is smoky gray cool tones. I don't really have that in my entire collection. And I really enjoyed using all of these. I didn't really use any of these like together. I just kind of like use them with all the other palettes. That was mainly my goal, is not to use each palette on its own, but combine them with everything else so that I can create all these like different color combos, or, you know, just have options and not really get bored, which I did at times. But I kind of used this green. I think I only used it like once or twice, and I was like, alright, we're good, because I don't know, I have another green I really prefer in the Jaclyn Hill palette, which we'll talk later on about. The brown and the copper, I don't really care to use in this palette specifically. I don't know, for me, it just doesn't make sense in this one. I wish it could have been replaced with maybe a cooler brown or a different sort of brown. I don't know, but I digress. And then, of course, these two shades right here, I really enjoyed. So, keeping this, I did enjoy this. Quality is fine. I don't really have, I think this quality has been a step up, an improvement from their previous palettes that they've created. But yeah, I mean, I like this palette. It is keeping. It is keeping. It is staying. And on the topic of No Pan Left Behind, using all of the shades in that palette, I did accomplish that. So all of this marked off means that I completed that goal. Next palette is the ColourPop Orchid You Not palette. This one I really enjoyed. I love these purple tones for this time of year. I think that this fit really well with the cooler weather, the cooler months is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm saying coolers for. This one as well, I didn't really use, I didn't use any of these palettes separately. I love combining these. If my goal was putting all of these in here, my goal is to, I hyper focus on making sure I use shades from every single palette. There are times where I didn't use this, of course, I was like, I'm not feeling that purple, I want to pull out this other palette from my selection, but, I mean, I don't really have a problem with this palette. I'm not really here to talk about if I'm decluttering or not, because I enjoy this. On the topic of no pan left behind this, I did use every single shade here, and that is marked off there. In today's look, I used these two shades here. I think this is what I dipped into this palette the most, was these two shades. I enjoyed mixing this with the blues, with the other colors, and just, you know, I mean, this color combo is very different. It is inspired by Any Like Aniquist. I just watched a video today, and then she did something like this, and I wanted to kind of recreate it with these colors, and I said perfect, so that's what we did. But next palette is the Sinja Beauty Paisley Hood palette. Y'all guys know how I feel about this. Absolutely in love. I just cannot get enough of this palette. I'm going to be so sad to see this being put back in my collection because I want to use it way more than I did. I try to find every excuse to use this. No Pan Left Behind this palette, which right here, and that's a given because when I first got this, when it arrived from Black Friday, I immediately grabbed it. I created 4 looks, and I made sure that I touched every single shade. This palette I'm always trying to pull in. My favorite shade in here to use is called Groovy. I love that, and I also tried to dig into some more of these greens and stuff. But this palette definitely got a whole lot of use. I'm always I want to combine this shimmer with some other colors in my collection. It's just, And in today's look, I am wearing tie-dye, groovy, and disco, of course, because I cannot get enough of this palette. I really enjoyed it. There's nothing bad to say about this. This next palette I pulled in, it was my BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. Sorry for the jarring holographic background. This one was also really fun to use because it is cooler blues, cooler tones, very like cold, wintry sort of aspect or color story to it, aside from it being food themed. This one fit perfectly within this month. I had a lot of fun using this one. I mean, BH quality, man, so missed because this is so good. The shimmers, the mattes, everything about this, I had fun. On the topic of no painting left behind, you can see right here on the block that is all filled in. We did accomplish that, so that is good as well. This one is also one that I am wearing on my eyes today. I put Cheat Day and Delish, which is on the lower lash line. I think I went a little too far, so we're looking a little sleepy, bruised sort of look today, but whatever. It's okay. But I mean, in this palette, there's really no specific shade that I really gravitated towards. I think I just tried to grab whatever color in here that would fit the day that I was creating a look off of, or just kind of wanted to pair like an interesting color to it. Yeah, I really enjoy this one too. I mean, I enjoyed mostly like all the palettes I pulled in, so who am I kidding? And the last palette I pulled in is the official, unofficial Pan That palette. Basically, I'm trying to use all the shades in here 10 times, just get enough use off of this palette. I'm not decluttering at the end of the year or anything. I don't want to hit pans in this. If it organically happens, it does, but this is, I think, my oldest palette at this point, and it's been neglected over the past couple of years, and I still enjoy this palette. I still enjoy the quality as it's trying to leave my hands. But yeah, this is the original Jaclyn Hill collaboration with Morphe. Still great quality. I still enjoy all of these mattes. Still enjoy the shimmers. You know, they're if we're talking, you know, 2026 is the new 2016, this is 2016 shimmer. This is, you know, you're not expecting multi-chrome, duochrome level. You're not expecting sparkly. You're just a shimmer, apply, you got, you know, something different other than mattes. This palette I really do enjoy. I love digging into pretty much most of these shades. I always gravitate towards, you know, using like this couple of shades here in this row. Then I start to dig into the warm tones, and then the browns, and then the black. That's kind of just how I've been using this palette. It's just hitting the more like neutral, everyday brown looks. Just because it's easy, I don't have to think about it. I don't really have to put a lot of effort into it. I know those colors go together. I know it looks pretty, it works. And then I'm always gravitating towards like Obsessed or Hustle. It's an easy, you know, everyday look. There are times where I dug into like Creamsicle or some of these other shimmers up here, and then I try to have fun with this bottom row. This one I have not no pan left behind this, as we can see that we're missing some blocks in that, but I have the whole entire year to use this. I'm not stressing about it. I have completed my goal, I think, on like 1 or 2 of these shades, which I will talk about at maybe like a reel or in another video or something. But yeah, it's just I enjoy this palette, and this one is staying all year round. Like I said, it's a year-round palette. But yeah, so this one I had fun with. So we are going to, well, I keep saying I'm going to show you what I have pre-selected for February, because I'm excited for the pinks, the purples, and the reds for this, I think this month, but February, you understand. The first palette I pulled in is the Sigma Enchanted Mini one. Look at that, so fun, holographic. This one I enjoyed because this creates like very sort of like very, how do I put it? It's like a wearable, but like very feminine feeling sort of looks on here. They're easy to put together. You know, they're a little bit of pink to them. There's a little bit of brown. It's just like everyday, but like girly, but like soft, and it's just, and this quality is so good. I recently bought the Sigma Little Mermaid palette because I wanted to try more from Sigma, and their quality in this one impressed me, and that's why. I mean, we have this like fun, like kind of duochrome kind of shade, but I mean, yeah, these shimmers are really good. The mattes are so good, and I'm just excited to put this in here. Next palette, as I talk about pinks, purples, and reds, and this palette has none of those. This is the Cara Beauty with You palette. I think this was like when I was going through, you know, each month and trying to select palettes, this just kind of get thrown at the very end. I was like, I don't know where to stick you. We're just going to throw you into that month. But I mean, it's nice to have like, I guess, more neutral options if I don't feel like having any color or I just don't want to think. This palette is beautiful, great quality. Yeah, I enjoy using this one, so it's nice to have, I guess, this option for neutrals, or the Jaclyn Hill palette, which is, you know, staying and will be mentioned again at the very end. But next palette I had selected is one of my favorite, well, like first favorites when I started getting into makeup. It's the ColourPop It's My Pleasure palette. This is their 9-pan monochromatic purple pan palettes that they came out with years ago, and they did like the whole entire rainbow on them. I'm excited to use this again because I missed this. I had not used this in forever, and every single purple look that comes out of this palette I absolutely just adore. I am always feeling so confident out in it. I'm always liking how it brings out my brown eyes and like some of the other like colors in it, although they're not really brown, they're like hazel, but it's just, it brings out so much into my eyes, and I love using this palette. So I'm excited to use this one, to dig in, to combine with other palettes in this round, and definitely easy to know pan left behind this one. And the second to last palette that I had pre-selected for this month is my BH Cosmetics Passion in Paris palette. This one, oh my goodness, I miss BH so much, and I only have 3 palettes from them, but every single one, their quality is chef's kiss. Like, and then now that I do that chef's kiss motion, I just recently watched an episode of Reba. Okay, we're gonna go off a little tangent here. I recently watched an episode of Reba, and the guy in the accountant, I always forget his name. He's like, what is up with everyone kissing a duck and it exploding? And then now that I do that chef's kiss, and I'm like, I see it. It makes me think of that episode and that show now, and I was cracking up. But yeah, so anyways, I am so excited to use this because this palette, I had so much fun creating looks. I did 3 looks, I think 3 looks in one palette off of this like years ago, which is an old video. I will link it below if you're curious, or at least if I've got videos off any of these palettes. But this one is definitely romance, love, it's Paris, you know, it fit the theme of February. So, and we do have some reds that, you know, can lean a little bit of red, can lean a little bit of purple, can make the blues, you know, it's just, this is such a fun and still like cooler tone because we're not fully into spring or summer yet. So I'm so excited to use this one. I miss this one too. And of course the last one, like I said, this one we're going to see in every video, we're going to see all year round, we're going to be tired of it, and that's okay, but we're still using this palette. I don't know that I need to show y'all again, but if you missed it, this is what it looks like. Again, you know, fun pops of colors, neutrals, warm tones. We do have some pinks in here, so that'll be fun. Yeah, and it's just, this one's still getting attention, and I'm still excited using that one. That is my update from January, and then showing all February's new palettes. So let me know, have you tried any of these palettes? Are you doing something similar to this? Are you excited following along with my journey? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to chat with you, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and or week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye, guys.